guys, today I'm going to show you how you can take this black coffee cup and decorate it without using a heat press. Specifically, we are going to decorate the entire mug, so stay tuned as I show you how to do it from beginning to finish. Okay, so let's go over everything that is needed before I show you the how-to. First, you're going to need a coffee cup. This could already have some type of print to it, but make sure that there's no texture, and you also want to make sure that we are the same size, top to bottom. We don't want any funky shape. This one was specifically purchased at Dollar Tree for $1, and I actually like that it has a little bit of a lip at the top just to add a little bit of detail without adding, any hindrance to how we are going to apply our vinyl. Next, you will need a sign vinyl or decal vinyl. This is gold and it was purchased off of Stahls.com. And yes, this is a large roll. If you are using an industrial cutter, this roll will work just fine. However, don't be afraid if you're using a craft cutter to purchase a larger roll and then be able to cut down the size that you need on vinyl. You're going to save money in the long run by purchasing a roll versus 12 by 12 sheets, but you do what is best for you. In this case, like I said, I cut out the sheet that I needed. This has actually already been through the cutter, so you might see our design on this, but I'll show you the next steps in just a minute. From there, just set up whatever design you would like. I simply used a rectangle that is 3.5 in height and 8.75 inches in width. We're going to go from the back part of the mug all the way around. Next, you'll just need to figure out what type of a knockout design you will want. If you're not quite sure what a knockout design is, Jenna Sackett has created some excellent content and videos to help with educating customers or users on how to do knockout designs in your artwork. So now that we've gone over the materials, you will also need a mask to place over the vinyl. That way we can then place it onto the mug. So, all right, let's get to weeding this, and then we will apply our mask, and I'll show you exactly how to apply it to the mug. Okay, so a couple of other tools you're going to need is a weeding tool. I'm using the Stahls Easy Weeder. You may need a squeegee, so have one on backup. And then, of course, scissors. So I've already cut that sheet that I had in half because I went ahead and created two to save one for another time. Now, what I'm going to do is just pick the sides. I'll start by weeding the outer rectangle first, and then I will go in and I will weed away all of those little cavities inside. Now, I will tell you it's very important to make sure you have accurate cutting specs. The first run that I did not get my cut lines deep enough for me to easily weed. Now, I went off the settings that I had previously, but again, I always like to reiterate, do a test cut because you could save yourself some time. I should have done a test cut. I should know better. All right, so we are just going to go in here and remove all of these cavities. Next, what we will need to do is apply our mask. Oh, there we go. And then we will remove our decal vinyl from the backing. Now, you could easily make these spots much smaller simply by resizing the pattern that you would be using. All right, so now that we are 100% done weeding, I am just going to trim down my masking sheet. Originally, I was going to mask both, but we're gonna just keep it with one. From here, we are going to just pull the backing off of the mask. And then just shape it like a U and lay it in the middle of our material. As you can see, I was a little off on that, but we'll be fine when it comes to applying. Next, you'll just remove the backing to your decal. And now I am going to trim this down for my size because it is very important that we line up accurately on the mug. Now, just to show you guys, I went to give myself just a little bit of space. That way we're not going 100% up into the handle. You can easily set that up yourself if you would like, but I wanted just a little bit more room to work with. That way I wasn't coming up to the handle. Okay, so let's put this back down. And then I am just going to try to go as parallel as possible. Now from here, I am going to just use my fingers to smooth it around as I am going all the way to the mug. Now, from here, you work out any air bubbles with your fingers and just really make sure that that material is on the cup prior to pulling the carrier. Now this is where your squeegee would come into play, and you can push and just get that down as much as possible. Now next, what you're going to want to do is start just by lightly peeling. That way you make sure everything is on your mug. You can still smooth out with your fingers and make sure it's nice and clean. And now it's complete. Now you have a metallic, custom, all over printed mug. All right, let's check out the mug that we have completed, giving you an all-over print. Now, you could get as creative and crafty with this as possible. Like I said earlier, choose a tie-dye or an ombre mug and choose a pattern to go over it. That way, whatever the color is underneath really pops through. Now, you could also layer your vinyl and giving you one color with another color on top. Don't forget that Stahls offers pattern sign vinyl. So if you're really wanting to bring a pattern to a simple mug, use that vinyl instead of a solid color. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight on how to decorate almost 360 without using a mug press. And if you are already doing this, tell us some of your favorite designs that you have used using sign vinyl on a mug. Go out there, get creative, and happy selling.